Hey guys, AntVenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I'm going to be making a bit of an informative video about password use and password strength on the internet. And the reason why I'm doing this is because Mojang recently released an article to their website where users asked Mojang if Mojang's super secret, super secure password database got hacked because those users' accounts got hacked. And what I'm going to be talking about in this video are two different ways to protect your passwords. One is how to have super secure passwords, and two is how to not be phished. And essentially what phishing is, if you are a victim of phishing, essentially one of two things happened. One, you gave your password up when you didn't actually know that you were giving your password to a bad source, or two, you wound up downloading some piece of software that stole your password off of your computer, whether it be you got keylogged or it was a piece of software that, I don't know, viruses can really be in any shape or form. So you downloaded a virus that through some means stole your password. You got phished out of your password. And the other way that I'm going to be talking about is, again, how to have a safe and secure password. So the first thing that I do want to bring up actually is the phishing thing. Mojang's article actually does reference that the members who complained to Mojang about their password being hacked were in fact, victims of phishing. So the types of phishing that can happen are, let's just say, for example, someone sends you a message on Skype and this actually did happen to me. I didn't get phished because I knew that this was a phishing attack, but a user on Skype who had me added basically said, "Hey, why are you swearing at me? And here's a link to this forum." And, essentially, the idea is that it was a fake forum for Hive. And what you would do is you would have to log into this fake forum that looked exactly like Hive. And you'd never get logged into the forum after typing in your username and password. Essentially, again, what happened is that your username and password would be uploaded to some database that a hacker could use against you. So that's one example. The other example, obviously, is a virus that you wind up downloading. It could be from any source. You could get it through the same means. Like someone could link you and be like, "Hey, why are you swearing at me?" Or it could be through some means, whatever. And you wound up downloading a file that's like an executable or something. You don't know that you downloaded, and then, you might wind up installing a virus because of it. So one way you can actually prevent against that is to go into your browser, your internet browser that you wind up using, and make it so that it won't ever automatically download files that you don't want it to download. So in Google Chrome, I know there's an option for this. You basically just make it so that it asks you every single time it wants to download a file. That's one way to do it. I'm not sure for Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, or Mozilla Firefox. But, just look around for information on that and never download files that you don't explicitly know what they do. All right, and the second thing that I'm going to talk about is how to create a secure password to use online. And again, as I referenced in the beginning of the video, you want to be sure that you use this strategy for every single important website that you use, or pretty much every website if you want to be absolutely super secure. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be referencing an article as written by XKCD. A lot of you may have seen this article, but for those of you who haven't, it's going to be an important thing for you guys to actually know. And the article that they wrote was how to create a secure password, funny enough. And what they reference in their article is that a password with, let's just say, 10 total characters long, but has a bunch of different random letters and symbols and capitalized and lower cases and numbers all in random different places is going to be much worse than a password that is basic, just letters, but 20 characters long. And the reason why is because when someone is trying to brute force a password, when they're trying to force a password, then once you get above a certain number of characters, the number of total possibilities it would take in order to crack a password that is 20 characters long, that is just letters, and it can be just random words and whatnot, but you put them in a random order or something, it'll take trillions of years for it to be hacked, and adding the odd capitalized letter, the odd number, and the odd symbol in there just makes it that much more difficult to crack. And again, the article does reference that having 4 random words in sequence is a great idea, and I think that is a great idea, but I also do recommend having, let's just say, a random capitalized letter in there. It can be the first letter of the word, it can be a middle letter of the word, just as long as you have 1 or 2 capitalized letters, 1 or 2 numbers, and 1 or 2 symbols. somewhere within that. You can put them in between words, you can put them in the middle of words, whatever is going to be easiest for you as a user to remember what your password is. That's what you should do. And you should do that on every single website that you wind up making a password on. And that is pretty much all I have to say. Oh, I had my sounds turned off while I was on that minecart right there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say in terms of actually creating a secure password. And with these 2 bits of primary advice in mind, the first thing I mentioned in the video, and then making a great password, yeah, you can wind up not having to worry at all about your password strength on the internet. And yeah, again, one big, bit of advice that I can give is don't reuse passwords, especially on important websites, so don't use the same password for your email and for your YouTube account and for your Twitter account and for your Skype, things like that. You want to really be sure that, especially for the important bits of information, that you wind up, using a different password for everything. So yeah. That's pretty much everything that I have to say. So yeah, follow that advice. You guys should have a pretty easy time with your passwords on the interwebs. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end off this video here, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.